Well, look what we got here. This is my Pixel 10 Pro, and believe it or not, it's running the Android 17 beta dupe. Just a few days, 13 days after Google released the first ever Android 17 beta 1, we are now blessed with another update. I don't think many people expected this because usually this thing doesn't happen so quick, but this time it seems that Google have a very firm grip and they know what they're doing. Now you know how it goes, like all the latest and greatest things inside, developer-wise and UI, will be in the Canary build. So the betas are not so sophisticated in terms of features, but probably more stable. But yes, there's still some UI changes, which I'm gonna show to you. This version was almost half a gigabyte, and the version is CP 21.26.02.06.0.11. First things first, I'm on my home screen, and the first thing I immediately notice is the way that they redesign again the Google search bar. Now I know a lot of you are asking, no, you cannot still remove this, and also it seems that all the nice configuration options that we got here from the previous beta are now gone. Because remember, in the previous beta, from here I was able to fine tune the colors and also change this icon, but right now it seems that I'm stuck to what you see here, and it has also this bar around. So they changed this, but there are more changes, and I'm gonna show you what happens when I go inside the at a glance. So first things first, I can finally just make this thing disappear. This now appears for me because in the previous beta I struggled with this, but there is also a new setting here, and it's called the high contrast background. So when I enable this, you're gonna see this is gonna look like this, and believe it or not, yeah, there are some other changes too. The moment you start to play something, let me start to play some song from Metallica, and you go on your always on, there's gonna be this bar here around the whole media player. And that's not the case when you decide to not use the high contrast background, so I'm gonna remove it. And now I'm back on my lock screen, and you can see this looks neat. There's some other new things too, so when I go inside a quick setting, yeah, they added a new one. This one in my case is this thing here, called the satellite. So this is how it looks like, satellite setting. Now I'm gonna run this for the first time with you. I'm not sure if this thing actually works where I am. Well, it says satellite connectivity. Stay connected when you don't have a mobile or Wi-Fi network. Satellite not available because satellite coverage is not available while you're connected to a mobile or Wi-Fi network. Let's try to give it a go. I'm gonna click here and I'm going to disable my mobile connection and also my Wi-Fi. Now I'm shooting inside, so I'm not sure if this thing is gonna work. Stay connected when you don't have a mobile or Wi-Fi network. Now, right now, I don't have a mobile or Wi-Fi network, right? Can we confirm? Yeah, everything is switched off. So you most probably need to be outside. And I'm not sure if this thing is gonna work anyway, because maybe it's not supported in my region. But hey, luckily there is something called Try a Demo. By the way, for best connection, keep a clear view of your sky. Your phone will be reconnected to a mobile network when available. So how is this thing supposed to work? By the way, the funny thing is, guys, I can see I have something here in my signal bar. So try a demo of Pixel Satellite SOS. All right, remember this is not a real emergency. Emergency services will not be contacted. So, all right, how to start it? If you call emergency services but you don't have a mobile or Wi-Fi network, you can use Satellite SOS. All right, yeah. Okay, you can see you are connecting to the satellites. Get ready to send. All right, make sure that you're outside with a clear view of sky, and hopefully this is really how it's gonna work. Now again, this is a demo, it's not the real thing. What is good to know is that if you decide to connect this with emergency services by satellite, your name, email, phone number, location, device information, AMA code, language model, battery level, and emergency contact information are shared. So even if this thing works, yeah, just don't use it if you don't really have to, and I really hope that you'll never have the requirement to use this. Now, something new out here. If I open my camera and I show you the quick settings, boom, we have redesigned privacy toggles here. So right now I know that there is something using my camera and also my location, and when I click this I can see, I can see very clearly that my camera is used by the camera app, which is understood, and also of course the location is used by the camera, and I can click here, see recent access, which is kind of cool. So they're just redesigning these things and making them look a bit better. When you scroll down in the settings menu, you can see that there is a whole new section here called accounts and backup. And this is a combination from two old tabs where you had like the backup options and then all your accounts, and now they just grouped it, which I think is great for internal home keeping. And when you click here, apparently you can manage your accounts, and then Google Backup. And I do believe that they changed the UI here as well, because this icon seems different and the whole green bar is different as well. And by the way, you're going to be able to notice this in some other sections. For example, when you enter security and privacy, you can see here they apparently redesigned the shield icon, and this whole area here is just a tiny bit bigger. Now let me show you something that is interesting. If you type ask in your phone, right? So right now you have this, I think, semi-intelligent assistant where you can just ask Pixel something, and in my case, I'm going to ask about the battery. So I'm gonna say battery lasts longer, and then I'm gonna click get started. So you have this UI where you can chat like, oh, you know, only when charging, and then just use this user interface to have a chat with your phone and hopefully get some kind of a self-service to be able to do things. And now it's telling me, hey, you know, my system is up to date and stuff like that, and I'll probably want to restart. So apparently, you know, like you have this assistant where you can use this to get some self-service help from Pixel, which ain't that bad, I think. Some things that are not still there when you click on the Android version, which I can see it's Cinnamon Ban, I am still going to get, you know, this old annoying Eastern egg. So apparently my phone is showing Android 16, and I know this is Android 17. And by the way, it seems that they also redesigned some of the animations, because this was definitely colored and now it looks more like on a grayscale, which I don't really like. I prefer the color option, but it's not always like this. Some of the animations are still the same, so I'm not sure if they're going to do all of them like this or they're gonna bring the color. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna hook up the Pixel with the USB-C to HDMI connection to my big monitor, and I wanna check the Android desktop mode, because last time I checked it, this was for sure better, faster, and with a high resolution. And I'm also going to show you some of the other exciting updates that Google announced, and they're mainly for developers right now. Let's do this. And this is now Android 17 Beta 2, and the first thing that I notice here, because I'm recording this directly from the phone, and the previous version I was seeing the seconds here, definitely not the case. Alright, so here my quick settings, and then everything that you can see here. I can also go here, and apparently this is my satellite setting. Oh, it's lagging a bit, I guess, because I'm just doing the recording. What I wanted to show you is this thing here. Now, if you want to get a full insight, you can watch my previous video. So you can do the standard stuff that you can do on a desktop system with Windows like this, but when you click here, you have the option to just go full screen, all right? And then this is the way you maximize it, all right? So just click here and boom. So, the second beta of Android 17, and I told you that there are some very interesting things mainly aimed at developers right now. So the first thing that they want to introduce is the bubbles. This is a windowing mode feature that offers a new floating UI experience separate from the messaging bubble APIs. What this will allow a user is to create an app bubble on their phone or tablet by long pressing an app icon on the launcher, and this is how it's gonna look like. And it's kind of cool if you have a big form factor like Pixel Fold or even a tablet, because you can click on an application and then you are going to be able to move these things around, which is really nice. And the other second big thing is the new eyedropper API. So it's a new system level eyedropper API that allows your app to request a color from any pixel on the display without requiring sensitive screen capture information. And think about the opportunity. So you will probably be able to just fine-tune your app that it kind of embraces the colors on your wallpaper. And one of the things that you can probably do with this thing is to achieve a better level of immersion. So the next thing is contact speaker. So again, it's all system level, which means that it's going to work across everywhere. And this new system level contact speaker can grant temporary session based with access to only specific data fields requested by a user, which I guess is good from a security perspective, because it's going to just limit to this contact, and whatever you're doing with this app, it's not going to query your whole contact list. And as you can see, there is a lot of information here. Probably something that is very, very interesting is connectivity and cross-device. A new handoff API, cross-device API handoff. So this is going to help you just bring things from one phone to another phone, which I think is kind of cool. So you can work on your Pixel and then boom, send it up to your tablet or Pixel Fold. Why not? At the end, this is what Google thinks is the place we all want to be. And you can see there is a bunch of other information, and yeah, the Android 17 schedules. Better releases, March and probably April, and then who knows, after March, probably April, platform stability, way good. And then a year of releases. We plan for Android 17 to continue to get updates in a series of quarterly releases, so all this information is here. And you can see this is a rather very big post for the second beta of Android 17. I really like it, and yeah, this is the Android 17 desktop mode, and believe it or not, this one is so much usable than what we had before. Well, and because this is a beta, I'm able to spot some obvious bugs. You can see here this alignment is a bit weird. Alright, we have a proper peel here, and yeah, something like a leftover, but honestly, this new desktop mode is so good. And if you go inside the settings and you start searching for something like external displays, you're gonna see that you have options, right? Like tweaking the display resolution. And see, I can change this one, and also the rotation angle. No, you cannot change the refresh rate. I know some people were asking, no, it's not available still, but it's getting better and better. And no, you still cannot place icons on the desktop. Let me show you. If I want to place this icon, I can right click it, and I can only add it to the taskbar, which is a bit of annoying because I want to use this whole space. But what you can do is you can indeed create multiple desktop if you want, and it runs so good. And if you have enjoyed this video, guys, then just go and watch some of my other videos. Stay safe, VST over and bye.